What's up, my friends? It's me, Day, again, and this video today is about the Gladius. This will be a short, brief whirlwind, and it's gonna be mostly about why you want to buy this Gladius. The first question I asked myself was that, because I looked at it and it was $80, and I thought, well, I already have a 300 die and access to a Hornet. Why would I buy this Gladius? It's pretty expensive. Because the focus is dogfighting, but so is the other. So let's bring it together and talk about why maybe you want this ship. Now, the Aegis Gladius is the current UEE light short-range patrol fighter. So what does that mean? It's a single-seater, and you can't upgrade that, but it's a very fast, maneuverable, and it's capable of punching far above its weight. It's described as simple, cheap to produce, easy to repair and outfit, and it has the ability to train new pilots on it very quickly. So keeping that in mind, if I wasn't the type of player who enjoys taking that time of building up my fleet, this could be one of the ships I might want to pick up. But it's going to have a different role later game than it will in the early game, or especially just in this dogfighting phase, but we'll get into that as we keep going. Now, because we're able to buy it, it's because the UEE is auctioning off to players. Well, that's the storyline they're going with, and I like that. I like that it's going to keep moving on with new types of ships as it grows, and one day this will be a classic ship. But at this point, I think there's a huge market right now, especially in this dogfighting module. So what does it have? It has 0 cargo capability. That's a pretty important thing, especially in the universe, depending on what you want to do as a career. And all that screams to me is support ship. It's got a tier 4 power plant, which is decent. It has 2 TR2 thrusters, so they're not really powerful, but you got to remember that this thing is really, really light. It's got 8 TR1 maneuvering thrusters, pretty standard. So if you just read that, right, you're gonna say, well, what's so different? Like, why would I spend more on this? Well, I think the details come down more in the weapons and towards the end here. It's got 2 class 1 wing-mounted bearing laser cannons. It also boasts a class 2 Scorpion Gatling on the front, on the nose. I haven't seen this yet. I can't wait to see this in action, actually firing. It looks like it's pretty deadly, and it looks like it can actually move quite a bit. It also has missiles. So the thing's really heavily armed, more so than the 300i. It's similar, I would say, actually, but similar to the 325 actually. But the weight is super light, it's cheap, and it's easy to maintain. Now, why would I buy one? Because it has the ability to attach a jump drive. So that is key, especially for a small light craft like this. Mix that with its amazing dogfighting ability, or so they claim. We'll have to see when it comes out. And mostly, it's cheap to repair. The parts, the parts are going to be very readily available, and it's going to be great for my role in escorting miners. Escorting, that's what I'm going to use this for, and I'll dogfight with it when I'm bored. But if I was the kind of player who, you're not going to want this to explore the galaxy solo. It's not that kind of ship, it just isn't. You find rare things, you're not going to be able to carry anything or carry your buddies. What this is a cost-effective protection detail, Idrises, constellations, whatever, freelancers, protection for mining, and escorts. If you're out of ships, you only have a certain amount of Hornets. Maybe you don't want to take your Hornets, you want to take these, simply because of the cheap, reliable ship. And it's going to be cheap to upgrade, I almost guarantee you that. I'm very excited to see this in dogfighting. If any of you guys got any sort of builds and ideas, what can this thing do? What would you use this for? And are people buying it? I want to know. Is this a popular seller? Because it's interesting, these different ships, what's been selling and what hasn't. So I'm Day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. See ya. It is equipped with 2 class 1 wing-mounted weapons, but I'm just going to go through it briefly. Atmospheric flight is more like the flight we know here on Earth.